Hey everybody, we're gonna do day 147 and 148 on the CDT in this video, and I'll keep this video short. I will say that uh, I think I got some numbers mixed up in earlier videos. I think day 143 I got wrong, and I may have gotten day 146 wrong. So getting a bit sloppy with the numbers towards the end here. So I intended to actually hike out of East Glacier today on Thursday, which is day 148. The weather forecast just got worse and worse yesterday, and I did get up this morning to hike out and I checked the weather, and it was 100% precipitation, and meaning 100% chance. And there were sections of fog, and the temperature down in East Glacier was going to be like 42, but that meant higher up it could be much colder, and that could lead to snow in the higher, like 7,000 feet elevation wise. And like this first day out of East Glacier, I have two climbs above 7,000 feet. Sorry, let me make sure I'm not sloppy with the camera. So I just didn't want to risk the bad weather. Plus, there was a gentleman who worked at Glacier National Park who came over to East Glacier today, and I spoke with him, and he said there were sections when he was driving over where he couldn't see more than 20 feet in front of him because of the fog. So I think it's probably a good decision just not to hike out, and I'm going to hike out tomorrow. So yesterday, day 147, and then today 148, which 148 was an unexpected 0 day. I was able to talk with other hikers who had come into town yesterday, and one of the hikers is pretty similar with my thinking of continuous steps and getting the next section finished in 4 days, and gets up and gets into camp about the same time I do. So his trail name is Dino. So he and I are going to hike the next 4 days together, which helps reduce the risk of grizzly bear and attacks, like if there's an encounter. So that's one good thing that happened. The second thing is I was able to get a ride over to Two Medicine, the ranger station over there, and pick up my permits. So I have my permits, and I'm going to hike with another hiker to increase or decrease risk. So I also was able to get town food last couple days. So good things occurred. I think it was day one, the video for day 145 on Monday, where I was talking about potentially just stepping off the trail and not finishing the last like 100 miles. And my thinking was Glacier was supposed to be like a highlight of the trip for me because I'd never been here. However, it feels like I'm just running through the park right now because, or just to get mileage and say, hey, I hiked from Mexico to Canada. And I spoke with two friends to get different perspectives, and I spoke with them on Monday. No, I spoke with them on Tuesday when I got into town, and then I slept on it Tuesday night just to kind of think through. And the reason why I wanted to think through is if I'm just doing these last 4 days just to get mileage and say I finished a trail, then it doesn't mean as much to me. Like I want I want to make sure I'm enjoying the park because I've never been here. So what I've decided to do is I'm hiking to Chief Mountain because there's two termini in Glacier National Park. One is stops a quarter mile from the border, and one goes into Canada. So Waterton, that terminus goes into Canada. Chief Mountain stops just short. And that the reason for that is if a hiker doesn't have a passport, then they can still finish the hike, and not get in trouble by entering Canada. So what I've decided to do is hike to Chief Mountain, which is about 91-ish miles. And I think next summer, like next August, I'm going to come back to Glacier and spend like 5 or 6 days in the park. And I'll do the hike up to Waterton, so I get to visit that terminus. But I can spend a few more days or a couple days in the park doing other things like driving the Going to the Sun Road, and maybe doing a couple other hikes. So the reason why I feel like I'm rushed and I'm just kind of just running through the park is the park's pretty much closed for the season. Like in East Glacier here, the lodge, half the businesses like the laundry and shower place, some of the restaurants, like they're already closed for the season. Over at Two Medicine and Mini Glacier, like that same thing's happening over there. Many hikers will go and they'll camp in Mini Glacier. Excuse me, because like they can get town food while they're in Mini Glacier, and there's a campground right there, and then they can keep on hiking. But I can't do that because it's closed. So essentially, that's kind of why I feel like I'm not getting the full experience of the park, because many of the services are closed, and the the park is actually starting to pull their suspension bridges next week. So like hiking Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday to get finished, that's going to get me finished right before they start pulling bridges. And I think I counted today, like the Chief Mountain route has like a dozen bridges that are seasonal and get pulled. So yeah, so that's my decision. I'm gonna go ahead and just hike to Chief Mountain and say like, hey, I got a traditional through hike, continuous steps. I arranged a shuttle so I don't have to worry about getting stranded at a trailhead. So the shuttle is going to come pick Dino and I up on Monday. And then I think I'm going to come back next summer, or the plan is to come back next summer and hike out to Waterton and do some other things and enjoy the park. So that's where we are. Man, I really need to sit up. Sorry, lazy. So basically that's where I am. I'm going to hike out tomorrow. The weather's supposed to be nice for the next 4 days, like sunny and into 60s. So we'll finish this up. We'll come back to East Glacier, because Dino also has to catch the Amtrak train, and he still has to go back and hike New Mexico because he started southbound, and then the snow up here made him do a flip-flop, and he flip-flopped down to Colorado. So he has to go finish New Mexico after he gets done up here. So he and I are going to finish the next 4 days, get the shuttle back to East Glacier, catch the Amtrak, and then wherever the Amtrak takes us, where there's an airport to fly out, then that's what we're going to do. So I think that's basically an update for the 2 rest days here in town and the next steps. I'll try to get these videos uploaded as soon as I get Wi-Fi that will take the uploads. And thanks everyone for watching the videos. I hope everyone's safe and healthy and enjoying the first days of autumn, because it is autumn. Yeah, so I'll take some videos the next few days as we finish this up, and I'll get those posted, and hopefully we can call this through hike finished in a few days. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you folks soon.